This is not the Church of Emmanuel, Christ of Latter-day Saints, of Joseph Smith. This is the Church of Jesus Christ.
Travis Mangoodson. So, I was born in the covenant of the Brighamite branch off from Joseph Smith. Born and raised, and was told that Joseph Smith was our prophet, our founder. And so, I was told that it was necessary that I needed to be converted myself. Even though I was born in the covenant, I needed to learn for myself that Joseph Smith was true. I can't just coast through my religion without ever getting that confirmation. And so, I pursued to scientifically find if Joseph Smith was true. And that led me to ancient languages, ancient cultures. I became an anthropologist of the ancient Middle East. And apparently I'm the only one now. But I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. Nobody else has deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. William Foxwell Albright is wrong. He biased his research, and therefore he is wrong. Anybody who would actually check his work would realize this. But nobody does, and everybody branches off on how it's wrong. That's not how you do science. And having deciphered Paleo-Hebrew, I then deciphered Egyptian. Because Egyptologists, likewise, are not using science. Oh, dear God. And so, having done this, I then realized that the Egyptian stories are right there in the Bible. The whole Bible. And so, I just wanted to find out if Joseph Smith's King Follett sermon claim that the biblical Hebrew text was an incorrect translation. Joseph is correct. This is the results I found through scientific study. Joseph Smith is true. And therefore, Joseph Smith had nothing to do with the composition of the Book of Mormon. Yes, ex-FOMOs, you're wrong too. Sidney Rigdon's the major author of the Book of Mormon, and Joseph Smith Sr. had to rewrite the 116 pages. You gotta use science. And so, I came to learn that the Book of Mormon is true. Through science. And years ago, I did a video about Adam fell that man might be from the Egyptian documents. And sure enough, the church attacked me. My bishop said, this is going against the prophets. What? It's the Book of Mormon. It's the keystone of Mormonism. It comes first. If the prophets are going against the Book of Mormon, the prophets are wrong. This is what I've been taught my whole life. Benson, the keystone, Book of Mormon. Nobody can go against the Book of Mormon. I found out the Book of Mormon is true, and therefore, no one can go against the Book of Mormon, not even the prophets. And so I was rejected from church. Why are you bothering to come to church if you're going to go against the prophets? Take down your video, or why are you bothering to come to church? I never took down my video. And I never went back to church. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, founded by Brigham Young, is not true, because it goes against the truth. And so 115, section 115 in the Doctrine and Covenants, forged document. Section 116, forged document. Section 117, forged document. Section 119, way forged document. Section 132, forged document. See the pattern here? The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is false. The Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith are true in the learning of the Jews, which was pre-Babylonian captivity Egyptian. As Christian Mormon, it is false. The results of Christian Mormon interpretation are not true. This is why Mormons cannot argue with me, and instead have to resort to insults, name-calling, abuse, and threats. Not a single Mormon can tell me that Jesus is the Christ. There is no scientific basis for his existence. But the learning of the Jews, yeah. I've been doing the videos all these years about how that's true. Established as fact. We're in the latter days. We're 27 days until the last day of the latter days, as spoken of by John, the Apostle of the Lamb, spoken of in the Book of Mormon. And Mormons won't believe. And because they won't believe, they won't search for the truth. And because they won't search for the truth, they have to defend the church at all costs with hate, violence, anger, insults, name-calling, victimhood, the religious freedom card, anything but the truth. It's that simple. And ever since I've sued the church, well, they attacked me prior to, but more so since I came after them again because they were attacking me again. I'm forced to sue to protect my life. And they don't like that. Because the church knows their authority is a fraud. Because it's not true. And so, because they cannot argue the facts, they argue with threats of violence, torture, abuse. And here I am, to this day, because of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints being false. And they still won't leave me alone. YouTube won't leave me alone. Mormons won't leave me alone. Mormons all demand religious freedom for themselves and their falsehood, but they cannot give religious freedom to the truth. And why is all of this important? Can't Mormons just live a life of a lie? Why is the church lying to you, Mormons? What are they covering up with their lies? This is what you don't understand. Prophets are going to murder you. They've been murdering you. And you don't see it. You still thank the old God for a false prophet and give him of your substance to make him richer. They're murdering you. They hate you. When someone's lying to you, like Mormons are to me, they hate you. This is why Mormons lie and comment hate, name-calling, abuse, threats, false testimonials. It's because you hate me. The prophets hate you. They don't love you if they're lying to you, if they're covering up the truth from you. All you had to do was go through the Joseph Smith papers to learn that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is false, and you won't do it. We got March 17th coming up for the Relief Society. How many of you went to the Joseph Smith papers? How many of you saw that Joseph Smith says if you want to organize just as the priesthood with also the Aaronic priesthood of deacons and teachers, etc., go ahead. That's priesthood office. What has the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints said about women and priesthood office? Yeah. All right there in the Joseph Smith papers. And yet Mormon women don't care. Or you protest, but you stay in the church. The church is racist. They haven't stopped since 1978, blaming it on Jesus. Jesus now reveals that it's okay to not be racist to blacks anymore. Really? And you're still Mormon. You still have the Genesis segregated ward. The church isn't. They haven't stopped. Why are you still Mormon? Do you know how foolish that makes you, being a woman or a black person or LGBTQ or Jewish or any of these other groups that the church hates, and you're still Mormon? Mormons laugh and mock at you. claiming that their falsehood is therefore true because we punked you. These are the bullies that I grew up with telling me about all this. They love to have token friends and spokespersons. And yet the church isn't true. You didn't study, you're still staying in the church, and you're being punked and used as they steal your money. The church has plans with their lies and cover-ups and deceptions. They're going to take away your agency further. You all know when somebody takes away your agency, which source that comes from. And yet Mormons, they threaten me to take away my agency. The church is true. Nobody can threaten me. I know the truth through science. Mormons don't know the truth. All they have is a feeling. They've got nothing. Nothing physically tangible. And that's the con of the church. They gotcha. And so you're brainwashed. And being brainwashed, you're also weaponized. You are being used by the church to commit crimes for the church. Because the church hates you. And when you get caught in your crimes, the church abandons you. You shouldn't have gotten caught. Only suckers and losers get caught. Devil never supports his own. And so, despite all the hate against me, you're not tearing me down. I've not changed after all these years. It's not working. You need to try something else. I'd recommend trying to find out if the Book of Mormon is true through science, but it's a little late in the game for that. You're about to be compelled to be humbled because the church is going to murder you, remember? Why the church was super early this year with the Easter message, which was a death threat, can only be found out if something happens before Easter. If it doesn't happen before Easter, then what the hell? But we all know the day that shall burn as an oven is a looming threat. See, you believe in that. You just don't believe that it's from the church. And so you have to create some other scenario for how it's going to happen. And so when it does happen, if it happens, it's man that does it, so man can fail. Just like on 9/11, there were other planes that failed. So, well, this has been my life, and it's been a lonely one. Adam fell that man might be, men are, that they might have orgasm. Now you understand why the church is so upset with porn. Porn is sex ed. Church doesn't want to give you sex ed, so they have to vilify sex ed. They have to control your agency. They have to lie to you about your scientific-based bodies. They don't want you to perpetuate the human race unless you pay them first and go through their temple. This is pure evil, and you don't see it because you blame yourself as you believe their lie. As women in the church are the highest per capita for depression drugs from psychologists, women are told they're the problem when it's the church that's the problem. And then those drugs cause physical harm to you. Psychologists know this. They are purposely harming you because they don't like you. They don't love you. They're all protecting the church, committing crimes against you. What's it gonna take for you to get it? Because you're not getting it. All you had to do was use science and actually study and read and understand what you read. Learning of the Jews